Hi, I'm your host, Tammy DeWolfe with American Dream TV. Today we're in Medfield, Massachusetts at the Farthest Star Sake Brewery. And we're going to meet our special guest, Todd Bellomy. Cheers, Todd.
Cheers, Tammy.
Todd, can you tell me what is behind the Farthest Star Sake Brewery name? How did you come up with it?
Yeah, so when we were designing the brewery, especially designing the brand of it all, I really wanted something that was aspirational. And it was important for me that it was very approachable, maybe a little nostalgic. And so I'm a huge sci-fi fan, and I noticed that a lot of what's going on with sake in America is parallel to a lot of my favorite sci-fi. So it's a very old beverage, but it's like the next new thing in American drinking.
Very cool.
So I thought it was a really great fit.
It's a little retro, right?
Yeah, a little retro. We're broadly sci-fi, a little bit of Star Trek, a little bit of Star Wars, other stuff sprinkled in.
I like that. Sake brewing is deep in tradition. And how did you get involved with brewing sake?
So I lived in Japan for a long time, and there I fell in love with sake. I wish I would have fell in love with sake brewing because it would have been a lot easier when I was there. But when I returned to the United States, I worked in the craft brewing industry for 8 years. And during that time, I just kept missing sake and fresh sake, which is very important. And so I started making it myself in my apartment. Sake homebrewing is illegal in Japan, so there are no how to homebrew sake books. And so I got professional brewing books from Japan and read through them. And luckily for me, the recipes all scale.
Cool. That's very cool. I know that sake brewing, it's a very old process, right? And it seems like you have been able to combine some new process with old process. And what's the latest technique that you're using to brew sake?
Yeah, so sake is a very old beverage, but all alcohols are, right?
Yeah.
Human beings have been making alcohol for about 16,000 years. We certainly are grounded in tradition, and a lot of our processes are very traditional processes. But because we're on the East Coast of the United States and not in Japan, we've utilized some more modern brewing equipment, like modern tanks and modern presses and things like that.
Very cool. Todd, is there a way that we could walk through the process and see what you're brewing today?
Absolutely, yeah. We're brewing today. Joel's in the back setting up the rice steamer.
Perfect.
So we'll steam rice, and we're brewing 2 small batches at the same time.
Very
There'll
cool.
be a lot of action.
Cool. Let's go check it out. So Todd, what are we going into now?
Yeah, so this is the koji room in our brewery. Sake is made from 4 ingredients, and the most important one is koji, which is a fungus that we inoculate on 20% of the rice before we can even start brewing.
So how long does the koji stay in here for?
So we bring in steamed rice into this special room after it's been cleaned and sterilized.
Okay.
And the rice stays in here for about 48 hours. On the second day, we have to sleep in the brewery because you can't...
You physically sleep here?
We don't sleep in this room.
Oh,
but
okay.
We sleep outside of this room in the warehouse, which is great. So I have to stay here overnight on the second day because the fungus, as it grows, creates heat, and you have to mix it to manage moisture levels, but also it'll create enough heat it'll just die. And so you have to constantly mix it and maintain the levels that you want.
So how long does the whole process take from brewing to drinking?
So sake is about 6 to 8 weeks grain to glass, as we say. So from the second we scoop rice out to grow koji until you can actually drink it, it's about 6 to 8 weeks.
So does all of the ingredients that you use for your sake, is it all sourced here in the United States?
No, the rice is sourced from Arkansas. We use the water in this building. We just filter it out and then add back whatever minerality we want.
Okay.
And then all of our brewing yeast, our sake-specific brewing yeast, they originally all came from Japan.
Okay.
We house them here and grow them up here for our use. We actually also get 2 yeast strains from the Japanese Brewing Association. Needs of the Many was a huge favorite sake in the tap room, and I'm super excited that we've finally put it into cans and we can get it outside the tap room for the first time.
Awesome.
So Needs of the Many is a Genshu style sake, big body, a lot of cherry and clove notes from the yeast.
Very cool. Cheers.
Cheers. Thanks for coming.
Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm Tammy DeWolfe, your host for American Dream TV. I look forward to seeing you next time. Cheers.